ராமராம் நம்ம லைவ் போயாச்சு, நீங்க ஆரம்பிக்கலாம்.
அங்க இதுல நடந்துருக்குல. Okay, so I'm ready. Once you're ready, I'm ready.
நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்.
Okay, good. Om Namaste and good morning. We are here to celebrate the 75th year of independence of our country. There is no other person than Swami Vivekananda who has inspired the people, the freedom fighters who got inspired. They were willing to give their life and they gave their life, and we are enjoying the freedom. Now, how could he arouse the people from the slumber? This is $1 million question. I think this is the time we need to look at it. This is what Swami Vivekananda calls as power of Shraddha. Thanks to Vedanta Kesari, Ramakrishna Mission Journal, monthly journal, and Illumine, they have developed a series of programs called Vivekananda Way. I've been inspired by that initiative, and I thought it's a good idea to actually share with a large number of people. So this is the first humble attempt. On the success of this, we'll be able to launch many programs. At the end of my session, I'm also giving you the link where you can get the details. Okay, you can also start on your own. Only thing you need to write to Ramakrishna Mission and take the permission to use the material, because they don't want to be used for commercial. There's nothing else. Okay, I thought let me tell that first. Okay, so let's go into the session right away. Okay, yes, yeah. So Vivekananda became a sannyasi of high intellect and action and devotion. In 1886, he had a deep desire to spread the message of divine unity of existence and unity in diversity throughout the country. The biggest thing the Vivekananda and other sannyasis are, the other sannyasis were interested in their personal liberation. But due to influence of Bhagavan Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda forsake his personal samadhi and worked for the nation. How did he get it? Because he has been traveling all over India, length and breadth of the country for 2 years. He saw the pain of the people. He experienced pain. Like Valladar said, "Vaadum pairai kaalum vellam vaadinen." When he saw the plants without water, okay, he became sensitive to that. So Swami Vivekananda experienced that, the pain our Indian were going through. So he wanted to do something. He didn't know what to do. Okay? So he came to the Kanyakumari, what we call today Vivekananda Rock. He came there. He didn't have money to travel, go by boat. So he actually swam. 3 days and nights, he was doing tapas, introspection, meditation. What has been done to awaken the Indian masses? The Indian masses have gone into tamas. 1,000 years of slavery have put them in a way that they don't know what they are. This is what he found. So he understood the only way this nation can be brought back is through spiritual orientation. If the spiritual orientation is not there, the country will not be there. That's what he found. So this vision, what he had, is this. That. See, imagine when we are talking about vision, we talk about so many corporate visions. The vision is something what you can't see now. Okay, vision is what you see in future. At Kanyakumari Rock, Swami Vivekananda saw one thing very clearly. After 3 days and 3 nights, without food, water, anything, he says, one vision I see clear as light before me, that the ancient mother has awakened once more, sitting on her throne, regenerated, more glorious than ever. Proclaim her all over the world with a voice of peace and benediction. This is exactly what he said. Imagine, he said this when India was going through famine, so much of pain, nobody cared for anybody. The people who have got money, the people who have got power, they looked after themselves. The people who didn't have power, who didn't have money, they were treated like what they call nobody. Okay, nobody. So he said the vision and followed by action. He said that if India has to be regenerated once again, the only way, he said, is lay down your comforts. The one who is having the comfort of education, materialistic requirements, he said, your pleasures, your name, fame, or position, even your life, and make a bridge of human chains for which millions will cross this ocean of life. Bring all the forces of good together. This is exactly what Swami Vivekananda said. Remember, at that time, it's a big deal. It's a big deal because nobody ever thought that it is possible that India can rise. So you need a lot of conviction, courage to do that. That's exactly what Swami Vivekananda developed. When he went through that, he found the biggest challenge is the lack of Shraddha. Lack of Shraddha. Fine, you have got a vision. You also have action. But how do you implement that without Shraddha? The 1,000 years of slavery had taken away the ability to have a Shraddha. People lost all the belief in themselves. All the belief in themselves. So somebody had to, make them, awake them. That's exactly what Swami Vivekananda said. And he said, that is the power of Shraddha. He said, that is the power of Shraddha. He said that. See that. Shraddha must enter to you. Because see, please see that when you are poor, when you don't even have money, you don't even have bread to eat, what happens is the God appears in the form of food and money. This is what Swami Vivekananda says. He says, so he gives the West as an example. Shraddha must enter into you. Whatever material power you have, see manifested by Western dresses is outcome of this Shraddha because they believe in their muscles. And if you believe in your spirit, how much more it will work. When you say muscles, what you mean is not simply the kind of physical thing. They believed what human can do, okay, and they believed that they can do. Please, when you say that, I want you to understand this is the power of Rajas. But India is also known for the power of Rajas and Sattva. So he says, believe in spirit. So these things can combine. What a wonder India can do. This again we are seeing now. Okay? After Swami Vivekananda, we have found Swami Chinmayananda doing a great job. We find Maharishi Mahesh Yogi talked about meditation all over the world. Now we have got Shri Ravi Shankar who is doing that. We got ISKCON, Prabhupada, Hare Krishna movement. You can see that when the work Shraddha, belief in yourself, coupled with the spiritual orientation, what you can do. So he says, we talked about vision, we talked about action. So Vivekananda says, to preach the doctrine of Shraddha or genuine faith is the mission of life. So today, it's very fashionable. Everybody talks about vision, mission, action plan, all kind of things. See, imagine all these things is talked about 120 years back. 150 years back. We can saw that. So the point I'm trying to get across to is the knowledge is here. How do we manifest? If you have to manifest, you must have a belief. That is exactly what Swami Vivekananda calls as Shraddha. Shraddha. The moment you say Shraddha, what is Shraddha? He said faith. Very good. Faith in oneself and one's capabilities. What are the capabilities? Probably Manjula can tell as HR chief. She was with the jet, and so she can actually say what actually capability means in modern terms. Okay, the faith in oneself, we must have that, and also we must have a capability to give expression to that faith. Okay, that's one. Second will be what we call I can do. I can do. So when we say you can do, when we want to talk about can do, we'll talk more. It is possible only when you have previous successes. Otherwise, very difficult. We can do. Third, viewing oneself as a creator of one's history. We always blame others for our problem. Always. Now we are blaming government. Previously, we blamed British. Before that, we talked about other invaders. We never thought the problem could be due to us. Okay? That's exactly what we mean. Viewing oneself as a creator of one's own history. And positive belief in future. That's the most important thing. If you don't have a belief in your future, you'll never be able to strive. Never be able to strive. You will not put the what Americans call it as Vivekananda's work is something which cannot be appreciated by everybody. See, today we talk about when you're talking about corporates, what you're talking. The company which are losing, somebody have made it big. Okay, so we attribute all the positive things to him. So imagine when everything was going wrong for this country, every single thing. See, it so happened when he was in America, somebody asked him, there was so much propaganda about Hinduism. I mean, it is not that it is new, okay, it has always been there. Somebody asked Swami Vivekananda, I believe in your nation, all Hindus throw their children to Ganges, newborn. The day they've been born, they have been given to crocodiles for their, as a food. Swami Vivekananda, he didn't know what to do. He laughed and said, yeah, my mother also threw me. Actually, I swam from them and became big like this, and so I'm talking to you. So, for him to say that, what kind of faith he must be having in our country? I mean, when we say, I say faith, this is exactly what I mean faith. When everything goes wrong, can you kind of count only on the strength of your faith? Because these are the big challenge. These are challenge for freedom fighters. They didn't know. When Swami Vivekananda was guiding, all the freedom fighters, were with Swami Vivekananda, visited them often. He said, is the country ready for freedom? The question he asked. He said, no. Then they asked, do you think that India will never have a freedom? He said, no. India will have a freedom. Or political freedom in 50 years. The real freedom will come after 70 years. And that's exactly what is happening. So 70 plus 50, 150, really. From the time he said. So now we were able to see the kind of transformation happening in this country. Slowly. I'm not saying, I know, like a big bang is happening. No. Vivekananda himself said, he said India will not have a revolution. India will have only evolution. People will become aware, and then they actually progress. He said, no revolution will work in India. Okay? He said that very clearly. In fact, so many people, freedom fighters who are considered to be, like Arvind Ghosh, revolutionaries, all those people, they understood what Vivekananda said later on. It doesn't work. It didn't work. So it took Mahatma Gandhi, okay, to understand that, what he said. Okay. That is important. That is why I said it's very important that we actually spend time with Swami Vivekananda. Okay. So that is why we are very grateful for Ramakrishna Mission, Vedanta Kesari. They actually every month they put a 4-page A4 letter, booklet. This has been done from that. Okay, the 5 episodes what we are going to have, that will be based on that, which I will share with you. Okay, the people who send me their email, I will send you all the copies of that. Okay, no copyright, so we can all use that. Okay, yeah. So this is important. When we say faith, when everything goes wrong, can you still believe it is possible? If you look at it, that's exactly what happened in Mahabharata. When Arjuna was suffering from the self-confidence, lack of confidence, that's exactly what Lord Krishna said. Okay? Arise, fight. When he said, we talked about Ahimsa, he said nonsense. People think are afraid. No, don't do that. See, what Lord Krishna said during Mahabharata is still relevant. Still. Okay. Yeah. We'll move forward. Okay. Yes. So let's understand it a little more detailed. That he says, Shraddha is a foundation of all great achievements. Anything you talked about, okay, Shraddha is the main thing. If the Shraddha is not there, nothing will happen. So, scientific pursuits begin with having Shraddha in a theory or hypothesis, which means that we call an Archimedes principle. Say, what is hypothesis in research? You actually think that something is true, and you work all the way to prove your hypothesis is right. The moment your hypothesis is right, people say you are a scholar. Okay? All the scientific pursuits begin with having a Shraddha. I think you actually believe that. A belief, that is faith. Okay. when you say believe, you should have seen something. The faith is beyond that. Beyond that. Okay. Uh, because there's no equivalent word in English. For want of a better word, we have to talk as belief. Okay. Shraddha in a theory, a hypothesis. And the belief that an answer will be found. Okay, that's important. Further, Shraddha at every stage of the journey makes it possible to persist and sustain many obstacles and difficulties. So this is exactly the biggest challenge when you are looking at science. Because if you look at it, science, it doesn't happen very easily. I mean, people have to struggle. The example he has given is about the physicist Peter Higgs. Which he quotes in the Vedanta Kesari. In 1960s, he predicted the existence of a particle of properties that had hold the universe together and gave it substance. He actually predicted. Okay. Only 2013 it was proved to be right. Because all the scientists believed, yes, it is something worthwhile to look into, make a research into it. Because scientists believe, yes, it is possible. Yes, there should be something like that, even though they don't have any proof. This is important. Right? They had a faith. So they pursued. So in 2013, 2008, they found it. Through the existence of the ambitious Large Hadron Collider experiment. Again, if you look at it, in 1960, it's not possible. He only predicted. It took 2013. Why? Only then that kind of equipment could be discovered. See, this is important. When you're talking about faith, when you want things to happen, by belief, yes, you have to work. You have to also have a capability. This is exactly what Swami Vivekananda meant by capability. It may not be possible. Even to have the capability, it takes time. Okay, it doesn't happen like that. Okay, so it is important. It's very, very important that we understand when we are pursuing something, we need to also identify what are the capabilities that are required to complete them and move on. Otherwise, it will remain as pipe dream. See, one of the problems that we get stuck today is that. All the kind of things that India had done, zero worry, but all kind of things. Why we are stuck today? Because we have slowly seem to have lacked like what you call persistence. Okay, so this wait, what Swami Vivekananda has been saying is for Shraddha, you need to bring that, and he says West has progressed only because of that. Okay, maybe they don't have a spiritual orientation. But materialistic wants, what we call boha, pleasures of life. They are willing to give up everything. Everything. Their comfort, this. Only then they can discover this. So, not only in social work we have to give up. Even if you want to achieve great wealth, you will have to do that. You have to do that. Otherwise, it's not possible. See, 10 to 5 job is only for middle class and lower middle class. The moment you go beyond the middle class, 10 to 5 doesn't exist. It exists only in dream. Saturday, Sunday doesn't exist. Holidays doesn't exist. Only vacation exists. Okay, you have to plan. I mean, the point I'm saying is this is the evolution. See, what happens is because we are not willing to think into that actually think, oh my God, I'm losing HCA for me, all kind of things. So this is exactly what he says in a scientific thing. In a scientific thing, actually you think the existence or not, we do that. If you start talk about our simple mathematics, the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. That's hypothesis. How do you prove that? Then you say, okay, how do you measure that? Then you put that this the alternate angles are 180. Then of course, then you prove this and that is equal to this. Then that's how you prove. Even ordinary kind of thing, some of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180. You have to start with the hypothesis. Okay, then only you can prove that. So this is true in everything in life. So that is what it happens. Shraddha is important. in scientific endeavors. Okay. Then we'll look at it next. Nurturing art and culture. The art and culture, is it easy? Easy. When we have Shraddha in our own culture, we are able to build on the achievements of the past. Add to that creative achievements of the group of people. But when you don't have Shraddha in our own past, we abandon our traditions and culture and instead try to adopt our alien culture. This we are seeing. This we are seeing. Okay. So, I mean, now let's just look at it. No, actually it looks strange. It looks strange. Today, Europeans do better yoga than Indians. Europeans sing Carnatic song much better than Indians. Europeans do this Bharatanatyam better than us. They learn Sanskrit much better than us. How it is possible? How it is possible? How it is possible? Only through Shraddha. Only through Shraddha. Yeah. So when will they will learn? No, it happened. Swami Ramanand, he actually followed the principles of Vivekananda. He also traveled all over. He was in Japan. He talked about Bhakti. Somebody said nonsense. I said, what is all it nonsense? He said, if it is so powerful, what you say about Gita, why should your country be slave? You should have thrown the British out by this time. So first he said, practice. Show to the world it is working. So actually, Swami Ramananda shares this. Big revelation, big revelation. See, today you talk about Kaizen. Why you talk about Kaizen? What is Kaizen basically? It's a Buddhist philosophy, right? The Buddhist philosophy which has been put into business. Nothing else. Continual improvement. It doesn't happen. What we are saying, it won't happen in a day. That's all. Improvement happens over a period of time. That's all basically. That's what Zen is all about. When they applied in a business, it is working for them. So now they can tell the whole world, Buddhist philosophy works. Buddhist philosophy works. See, what Americans did when they have been working together like that, they are sat together, okay, in circle. In India also we do the bhajan, when we look at it, we do in the circle. The American didn't understand. He called it as they are discussing quality. He called it quality circle. Because you can't copy. The moment you copy anything without understanding the culture, it doesn't work. It didn't work for Americans. So they had to spend billions of dollars, put a project on a Toyota car system, the machine that changed the world. They sat with them, understood every single thing. Then they understood practices is what you see, culture is what holds some. This is exactly what Swami Vivekananda is talking about. Japanese understood because they follow the culture. See, the moment you start imitating, it is not that Indians imitate, Americans don't. They also imitate. When Americans imitated Japanese, it didn't work. When we imitate Americans, it won't work. See, let's understand it. It is simple. So the competencies has to be improved. See, that's a key. That's a key. So when you're talking about arts and culture, in the 20th century, when we have been under the domain of British, almost all the Indian culture was out. In Bengal, they took it up, what they call Bengal art. Okay, inspired by Sister Nivedita. She wanted to revive. She said, if you lose the culture, that's it. India will never ever have it. Okay, so that has become today what we call Bengal School of Art. She created Bengal School of Art with the native art. Today it is acclaimed all over the world. See why? Because Sister Nivedita believed in the traditional art form of India. And this is important. This is exactly what I'm saying. If you don't have that belief, you don't have faith, actions alone will not give you results. Okay, that's a point that we want to talk about faith. That's why we are talking about faith. What actually faith, and what kind of impact it can have on the society. Next, we'll look at it. Society. Can you build a society? We always say Rome is not built in a day. Rome is not built in a day. There are two pathways, two ways by which a community can look at its own development. One is constantly seek help from outside. You have to beg, oh, please give me, you give me. I don't have this. For now, last 75 years, India did not make any vaccine. The polio vaccine came to India after 40 years of being invented and used by West. I want to understand this very clearly. So, if you continue to do that, what would happen during COVID? All the Indians have been killed. But because the country believed in its ability, yes, we can find solution for the COVID medicine. COVID. This is important. So, the moment you constantly seek from outside, the process depends on the outsider, you lose Shraddha. That's exactly what happened. The other path is demonstrating faith in the individual life and community's ability to solve the problems. Through this path, society becomes much stronger and creates a sustainable future. Otherwise, the sustainable future, what we are talking, will be only in what I call a theory. It can't happen really. Okay? If it happens really, okay, that faith has to come. I believe. This is exactly what Swami Vivekananda said again. People believe. Ask them. No, what do you mean? Your country is it's a famine. You have nothing to do. You are not even have a human being. He said at that time. He said, this country is like a mango. It gives a very tasty mango. The tree has been giving mangoes all along. Now what has happened? The mangoes, because it's not been cared for, nobody plucked it. It is falling on them. It is going. It is decaying. But seed is getting into the ground. Nobody cares. From that, again, another mighty tree, which gives this kind of precious fruits will emerge. Imagine the faith. When everybody looked at it, it's a gone, dirty. He said, that's a life. He saw the life. That's faith. See, no other leader has been celebrated the way Swami Vivekananda has been celebrated. The nation celebrated 100 years of Swami Vivekananda, 100 years of his Chicago speeches, 125 years of his thing. No, you imagine 125 years of establishing Ramakrishna Mission. No other leader, believe me, no other leader this country has celebrated like that. Can he say everybody knows about Vivekananda? No, they may not know. They may not know. But we are all enjoying the fruits of his labor. He gave his life 40. He didn't see 40. Okay, he died. He was 40. Once his mission of educating people of the country, yes, you can do it. And he left. Such a powerful man. What Adi Shankara did 2000 years back, Swami Vivekananda did not. Okay? Adi Shankara traveled all over India on foot. He traveled all over the world. All over the world. So this is the most interesting. That did Swami Vivekananda ever said that he sacrificed? No. No. It never. Was he celebrated at that time? No. He was ridiculed by our own Hindus. When he did such outstanding work in America, they asked, no, you are not, you as a Hindu, pious Hindu, you should not cross the sea. That time, cross the sea, they won't accept you as a Hindu. You have eaten some food of foreigners. Then he said, you're so caring about my well-being, you would have sent some cooks along with the food. No, he did not. He said that. Even then, he didn't curse anybody. No word of curse from him came this moment. So why? Because he had faith. See, that's the point I'm saying. No? Once you know that yes, it's possible, you don't care what others say. Okay, that's exactly what Vivekananda did. The second part, like we said, is difficult, but it works. Over a period of time, that shows in all the kind of things in our life. Intellectual. What happened? In intellectual creative pursuit, have a vision or insight in the future. However, when they combine this vision and Shraddha, they are able to act on it and realize their life. This is what Ramchandra, one of the famous strategy guru, he says, the book of called Execution. You must all read that book. Phenomenal. He says, the most important trait for a leader is the ability to judge the future. He says, no, if people are talking about strategy, it's all bull. He says it's all bull. If the person does not have the ability to predict the future, judge the future, he can never ever be the leader. Now, please read this. Celebrated book, Execution. It's available in Amazon. And so you should buy, read. I don't know. Buy or not, I don't know. You must read. Maybe get it from the library, learning library. You must read that. It says. And if you look at it, that's exactly what Swami done. When you're talking about business, this is exactly what Walt Disney did. When Walt Disney was a kind of thing, when people ask, he asked why. He said, why not? So if you look at it, what happened? See, people love his thing. Why? Normally, what happened? The mouse is always afraid of cat, correct? But in his case, what happened? You are making mice a hero. He said, why not? It's a cartoon, nah? And you're celebrated, the Mickey Mouse. So, I mean, that's the point. No? Why not? Why not? This why not is the question the Japanese asked. See, when Americans, the entire automobile industry was ruled by Americans because of the technology, this all kind of thing, resources, raw material, trained power. And Japan, after Second World War, nobody. They looked down. He said, can I compete with America? No, they said, no. Why? No. He said, why not? They said, why not? Okay. No, say what they did, or re-engineering, today what we call. In those days, we used called copy. Okay. Today, the Americans give a good word. They call re-engineering, all the kind of. We used to say copy. See. So they copied. Today, America is nowhere in automobile industry, right? Because Japanese asked, why not? Okay, you got resources. I don't have resources. So what? So what? See, you can see that, no? The country which has got rich resources are always poor. You take Africa is full of resources. See, nowhere. Japan doesn't have anything. Israel doesn't have anything. What they have? Faith. They say a joke about Argentina and Brazil. Okay? The God has created wonderfully, they gave everything to the country. So all the angels, I believe, went to Jesus and said, you're extremely unfair and, you have given everything to the Brazil and Argentina. I believe God said, wait. Then he put the people. Terrible people. All lazy fellows. Then, Argentina, they are not done well. That's what they say as a joke. So which actually means something. What is that? Resource is not material. Resource is individual. That's why today we call human resources. The person makes all the person. So this is important. This is important. So these are the four things that the Shraddha is the foundation of all achievements. All achievements. But these are the things that have been given. They've been given, and so my suggestion will be. I'll also given you that in a moment. I'll show you that. Okay. So right. Source. The source I have given you, and acknowledge Vedanta Kesari, spiritual and cultural English monthly of Ramakrishna order, and illuminate knowledge catalyst for permission to use the contents developed by them. See, it is not that we can't do. It is not that we can't do, but it takes time to put it together. These people have done an outstanding job on it. Okay, so you can note down. Maybe I'll write it here, or maybe I'll send you also. It is called www.vivekananda.org. You can get all this material there. Okay, you can note down www.vivekananda.org. You go to that. You will find all kind of things. For the people who give me your email ID in my WhatsApp, my WhatsApp I already shared with you. 812-440-9147. 812-440-9147. If you give me your request, I'll send the material to you. Okay, which I have downloaded. You can also download on your own, but I have downloaded, which I am willing to share. Okay, so they have actually given an exercise, one small exercise for you to try. It has been given there. It says for a career goal for a student, he's saying, I want to study for the IAS exam. He has given the example. It's a good example. First, what is the first thing you have to do? I want to be IAS. Yes, I can do it. First, you have to say, I can do it. You can't do it, no, you no point. You will not work. That's exactly what Manjula said. No? If you have the faith, I can create my destiny, you don't need anything else. Very true. That's why I said, no. We are not trying to say the right order or things like that. No? We are trying to get a sense. And the sense is that first, you must be able to believe, yes, I can be IAS. Why not? We have seen enough and more people now who have done IAS. As a sweeper's child, a tea shop owner's child. All kind of things are coming today. Why? Because from the childhood, they always dreamt about it. That I want to be IAS. Yeah. You talk about NEET, same thing. The children are saying, from the day, my mother was thinking, no doctor in my village, I want to become a doctor. They could crack NEET, ordinary government schools. So it's the important thing. So all of us will have our own successes. Just look at it. Just look at it. If you look at it, start looking at it, go deep. What we call meditation. Actually, we confuse between meditation and dhyana. Meditation is different, dhyana is different. Meditation means keep quiet, let the thoughts come, observe the thoughts. That's meditation. Dhyana is on a focus. Okay. So what we'll have to do is meditate. Meditate. Okay. You keep the thought in you, just keep it quiet. Let the thought comes. Just observe. Then you will start realizing it. Yes. Can I become? Yes. You look at it, then you will know the singular success you had is because you had Shraddha. You may not be aware. Okay. That is competence without, these SR people say, competence without awareness. Competence with awareness, four kind of things they talk about competence. Maybe Manjula can take some time next session on that, on competence. You can explain how we can actually improve our competence. Okay. My request is for Manjula to take it up. Okay. That one, maybe we can take 15 or 15 minutes on that. What is actually competence? So the people who do well without knowing, or they don't know, but they are competent. So now you will ask, do they need to look at it like a meditate? Yes. Otherwise, what will happen? All the success that you have become by way of accident. So you don't know. You ask somebody, hey, how did you become? I don't know, yeah. Then next time you'll get 40. Hey, why did you get 40? I don't know, yeah. Both they don't know. This is the problem with unconscious confidence. Okay? So this, when you start meditating, you will know what are the competences you have. How actually you started doing well in it. Okay, that is what Shraddha. Then that actually leads you to Shraddha. If a Shraddha in one event can make you successful, then you can know that yes, I can bring that anywhere. Then it becomes a choice. Okay, that is what Swami Vivekananda calls as creating the destiny. For creating the destiny, you should be aware. You should be aware. Okay, so that's something, he says that. And the second is, he says, I engage with all aspects of exam with positive attitude. For example, I choose subjects carefully. It's very important. In our days, you like to be good in two different things. You are a mathematician, then you must also do in history. Now I believe it's not that. You can do only one thing. Okay. I plan my schedule well, carry out my plan in full earnestness. That's why you find the IAS aspirants, they also teach. Why teach? Because they have access to library. See, the point I'm saying is, once you are clear, bring a Shraddha, all other things will actually slowly fall into place. Okay. I challenge myself, challenge. I remember my school, I used to get less marks in geography. Okay. Because I was not good in putting math. My teacher told, look here, Padmanabhan, you are losing marks. Can you concentrate? I said, yeah. You know what? I got 86 marks in geography. Topper. See, the point is the teacher point. I didn't know. Please understand. You need somebody to tell you, hey, look here, if we can only do this. This is the point. Huh? If we have a process of meditation, I would have found out myself. I don't know. So now I'm able to say that. Oh, thank God, my teacher wonderful. She pointed out. Be careful. You can take care of that, you will do well. So this is the point. Huh? So I will choose my subject. Okay. I am able to take more difficult aspects of the exam preparation. So target my weak points. Targeting weak points comes with awareness. What I call meditation. Okay, meditation means not that I'm saying. Huh? Just relax and look at it. What you're done. Evaluate. Okay. The fourth, every passing day, study better, and that gives me 100% opportunity to meet my goal. You take anything. So my request is, take up something, okay, and try to share with us. Try to share with us, and we'll definitely see how you will be able to achieve that your success. Because at the end of the day, like Swami Vivekananda says, it is important that we should be successful in the material aspects also. So, Swami Vivekananda is the first Swamiji whom I know. Okay, I don't know, not, but to the extent I know, he did not make a distinction between a spiritual education and secular education. He said both are important. Both are important. If we start, see, we have seen that. Now, if you are a topper in IIT, okay, you top everywhere. Now you top IAS, you top anywhere you go. Okay, that becomes the habit. Very rarely people are not done well in school, do well in higher studies. Very rare. By and large, it's very less. That is why you ask HR people, they are look for a record consistently. From school, how you are done. They don't agree you suddenly become a Buddha. No way. Because they go by process. See, nothing right or wrong. The point I'm saying, you need to understand this. The meditative aspect of our life will help you with it. Okay? this is something I thought I should share with you. Please give your comments, good, bad, ugly. I'm open. Okay. Thank you very much. I want to thank Rajagopal. And immediately he said, in fact, yesterday night, I said, look, I've been trying to get a Zoom and it is not working out. He said, no problem, Padmanabhan, I'll give you. How many weeks? That's all he asked. 5 weeks. He said, done. And he sends when I'm sleeping at 1 o'clock the link. Okay. So that's the kind of support Mr. Rajagopal has been giving. Bhakti, Bhukthi, Mukhthi. Bhukti is, reaching. You talk about both material and spiritual aspects. Thank you very much on behalf of all of us, Mr. Rajagopal. I know that you don't need thanks, but nevertheless, I want to thank you, acknowledge you for the work you have done. So, any questions you have, we'll take it up. Otherwise, we'll meet next week. Okay, and for the people, maybe I'll try to make a cloud kind of link or something like that, so that I can share all the things what we have been doing on Vivekananda. Okay, so you can also start using it wherever you want to use it. Okay. I said there's no copyright. Okay. Only thing is like the last thing, you acknowledge the Ramakrishna mission and that 11 who have given, see the people who are doing work, they know how difficult it is to take, relevant things from the worship. Okay, they have done that for us, so it's only fair that we acknowledge. So thank you very much, all of you. If you don't have questions, we'll close. We have got another 2 minutes to go. Quick comments. Anything that you want to say? Yes. Yeah. Anything that you want to share? Dana, you want to say anything?
No, Padma. It was good.
Good. That I know. But anything you want to say?
No.
Do you think it's useful, Dana?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know many things what you said, so completely new to me.
Okay. It's not that. It is nothing. I have not done anything. It's there. I simply like as a copy.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir. Then I think we'll take off, and so we'll say again, chant Omkar. So for merciful God, okay, because Hinduism actually doesn't recognize any form, nothing. We actually formless God, but for our convenience, our people said that yes, God, when it's true in science as well. The water doesn't have form; it takes any form that it goes. Okay, you take a tumbler form. You take cup form. Dabra, the bucket form. So God is also same. It takes the form and name that you admire. Whatever name you want to call, you can call it. He doesn't have problem. So our people said Om is actually representative of everything because it's a form. So we'll say chant 5 times Om, then we'll close. Okay, like that's it. Thank you. We'll meet next week. Okay, I'll make a link so that all of you can participate and kind of take it forward. Thank you very much. Once again, I thank Ramakrishna Sevashramam Tiruvannamalai and our Rajagopal. Rajagopal is actually doing multi-work like Ajane Swami. He's also coordinating with Kanchi Shankaracharya at Kakinada. This function, Guru Puja function is going on. In spite of it, he said, okay, Swami Vivekananda is also our guru, so we'll do that. Okay. So thank you once again, Rajagopalji, for all the support that you have. With this, we'll close. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Padhu. Thank you.